Well guys, it's official. I'm finally vegan. Now, you may be asking yourself, Craig, haven't you not eaten animal products for over 2 years? And you would be right, but I haven't officially been vegan until now. You see, what a lot of people think veganism is just not eating animal products. But actually, if you're really a vegan, you'll drink everything exclusively out of mason jars, eat everything exclusively out of wooden bowls, and you'll be a leaf litter. So I have finally put together the third piece to that puzzle, being a leaf litter. So as you guys may know, I'm the treasurer of the Veg Club at our school, which is the club for vegans and vegetarians. And we got a Facebook post on there from someone who is from a vegan nonprofit called Vegan Outreach, and it said that they would be leafleting on campus, which, if you guys aren't familiar with that, it's just basically handing out leaflets or pamphlets about veganism. I looked through it like pretty briefly because they just posted like the day before that they're going to be there, so I didn't really have a chance to prepare for it. So when I got there, I just read it a little bit. It just like had a picture of like Ellen DeGeneres, so I had like pictures of different celebrities who are vegan, had different recipes, different websites and stuff that you could go to. So that was basically what I was handing out. Now, leafleting may not be for everyone. It was totally up my alley because I'm a total extrovert and I have absolutely no problem just striking up a random conversation with people. So if that's doesn't really sound like anything you would want to do, don't worry, there are tons of other ways to spread your vegan message. I think it's just really important to spread your message somehow, whether it's through ebooks or even just an Instagram page or something like that, or if you want to leaflet or write an ebook, whatever, just do it somehow. So if you're kind of on the fence of whether or not you want to do it, ask yourself, if you're an extrovert, if you give no fucks what other people think, then those both fit me. And also, if you really feel kind of awkward but you kind of want to do it, just try to remember what the animals are going through every day. Try to remember the tortures that they're going through every day, and you know, you can feel a little bit awkward for them. You can suffer just a little bit for what they're going through every day. Now, for my experience, I actually found it to be pretty fun. Like I said, I'm a total people person, so I have no problem just talking to random people. Some people I struck up conversation with. A lot of people I just handed it out, and they're just like, "Oh, what is this?" And I just said it's about making compassionate choices. Actually, if you have a good saying that you want to say, when people say like, what is this about? Another thing I'd like to say is it's about loving animals and eating plants, or eating plants and loving animals, because you know they don't really feel like you're shoving something down their throat. They don't feel like you're telling them that they're an asshole or something. Because a lot of people get like really defensive, thinking that you're just saying you're an asshole for eating meat, but really we're just trying to show that you can lead a pretty normal life, just not eating animal products. So I came kind of late in the day. A lot of people had already had their leaflets at that point. So I started off just saying, hey, did you already get one of these today? Because a lot of people already had a lot of leaflets today. One person, I actually had a class with him, and I was just like, hey, did you already get one of these today? He's like, I already have 5, but I'll take another one. And I was just like, make it 6! And you know, he laughed and went on his way. That's another thing. I think it's good to make people laugh, make people feel comfortable. You know, smile. I had no problem smiling because I was having fun while I was doing it. And people want to see you having fun, because whether it's public speaking or whether just handing out leaflets or you just talking, people are more likely to like what you have to say and really listen to you if you seem pretty positive. If you seem what you know, like you know what you're talking about, if you can make them laugh, and if you seem really relatable, all those things really help make people see you positively in their eyes, and then when people see you positively, then they'll take what you have to say positively. I mean, we all have people in our lives who everything that they say we think is gold. No matter what they do, they can do no wrong. And there are always going to be people in our lives who are just like, oh my god, this person again, even if they said something that may resonate with you if the other person said it. So it's really, I think it's important to be kind of charismatic and just let people see you in a positive light, even before you're talking to them, while you're talking to them. It can really just go a long way in order to spread the vegan message. I found that most people were pretty polite. There's only a handful of people that just blatantly turned me down. A lot of people had already gotten their pamphlets at that point in the day when I started. So I started by just handing out leaflets. You're supposed to just not ask questions most of the time. You're supposed to just make a statement like, help animals, you look like you love animals, like something like that. Don't ask questions like, do you want one? Because most people would probably say no if you just say that. But I think there's an exception when you're on like a college campus or something, like where people would be walking by multiple times in a day. So you may see them multiple times, and then at that point you may want to just say, hey, have you already gotten one of these today? Because there's a lot, you'll see so many faces, you'll probably see thousands of faces if you're on like a college campus or just someplace again where you'll see people multiple times. So you're gonna forget who you've already talked to, you're gonna forget who you actually handed stuff out to, and especially if there's multiple people handing things out, then you don't know who already handed out something else to other people. So I think the exception would be kind of later in the day when it seems like everyone you talk to is like, no, I already have one, I already got one. Then maybe you could start changing what you're saying to, did you already get one of these today? And I like to say, did you already get one of these, because most people aren't familiar with what a leaflet is. Maybe they're familiar with what a pamphlet is, but I just like saying, did you already get one of these today? So some of my other tips would be definitely just stick your arm out all the way. Don't just like be kind of timid and be like, oh, do you want one of these? Just like extend your arm completely all the way, and then just sort of bend at the waist like you're just like really reaching towards someone, because people are going to feel more awkward saying no doing that. That I'm gonna put the link in the description for the Mercy for Animals video, where they go over like the specifics of what you should and should not be doing. I found that really helpful. I watched that a couple times before I went and did this, and it was pretty successful. If this is your first time doing this, or if you're just sort of new to veganism, you may want to brush up on your knowledge. You may want to read a book, watch a documentary, watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Just brush up on your knowledge of health, the environment, and animals, because people are going to be interested in different things, and people are going to ask you about different things. Obviously, the protein question is probably going to come up. Some lady asked me if, because she said that she likes meat, but she likes animals, like, so she would like to be a vegetarian, she said, but she doesn't want to give up meat. And I just told her that there's a really great seitan recipe that I had like a friend over who wasn't vegan, and they had the meatballs and they loved it, and I told her just look up seitan, S-E-I-T-A-N, and like pretty much all the recipes for seitan are fantastic. So you know, just, you don't have to know everything, but it's helpful if you are more knowledgeable about a wide variety of topics. Another huge tip I have is do not take anything personally. If somebody says they don't want a pamphlet or a leaflet, do not take it personally. They're not saying no to you specifically. It's not because of you. They're just saying no because either they have really strong convictions and they're saying no because of that, or a lot of people who don't even know what you're exactly handing out, they may just say no because they see it as you trying to sell them something, and you're obviously not going to get more money if they're going to be eating more potatoes and oranges instead of meat. But that's what they just see it as, like you either trying to sell them something, or they have really strong convictions and they're just saying no to their really strong convictions. So do not take it personally. Don't get upset or let down or anything when somebody says no. Just move on to the next person. There is no person who's going to hand out leaflets who's going to get 100% handout rate. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. So do not be afraid of failure. Don't take it personally at all. Another thing you should probably realize is women are definitely going to be more likely to say yes or be interested in this sort of lifestyle than men. So say you have like one group coming at you this way, another group coming at you this way, and you don't know which one to cater to, then, you know, if there's more women in one group, go for that group, because they're more likely to be open to the vegan message. You know, guys definitely were interested, some of them, but women are typically more interested. A lot of it has to do with like social stigma, with like meat being manly, and the fact is just that most vegans are women. I mean, not that I'm complaining or anything. So with that said, a lot of it is just smiling, being confident, and you know, just being the right kind of person for leafleting. You know, it may not be for everyone, like I said, but if you're an extrovert, if you don't give a fuck what people think, then, you know, this is probably for you. So anyway, I hope this video helped. Leave any comments or questions down below, and hopefully I'll see you next time.